Richards, and I'm an author in based in Missouri. First of all, I want to take this opportunity thank everybody who's watching, who's been following my work, and who's supported me. And well, it's Halloween. I'm not too good at this kind of thing, getting in front of a camera, but we'll see how this goes. We're gonna try to do something a little fun. As I said, though, it's Halloween, and everybody, I think, likes a good scary story. Well, I have here 113 of them. Now, I think just about everybody knows, what book this is. There's a lot of hype around it. Before we get to the meat and potatoes of what we're going to be doing here, we'll talk a little bit about the book. As I said, there's 113 stories. I've read some of them, some good, some not so good. There's one in particular that everybody is really, really talking about. The one that all the hype is, and that's the one we're going to read tonight. On Halloween, no less. It's called The Magic. All the hype around this, supposedly it's the scariest story that's ever written. So scary, some people have not even been able to finish it. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to sack up here, and we're gonna see if this lives up to the hype. The Magic by Darren York. Have you ever read something and enjoyed it so much that you wish you'd never read it, just so that you could read it again for the first time? The first time is magical, right? It doesn't matter how many times you read it, again, it's never quite as good. This is your chance to read something truly amazing for the first time. You'll only get this chance once, so don't blow it. I want you to get the most out of this, so you're going to have to trust me. Do exactly as you're told. Like an instruction manual. Anyway, if you're not alone right now, then put this away immediately. Magic, real magic, is shy of company. It's not going to happen if you're reading this in a crowded coffee shop or sat on a packed train. Only read from here if you're alone. So far, so good. Good, we've started. Now I need you to do a few more things for me. Just a few small things. Think of this as an instruction manual, a process you have to follow if you want a thing to work. I'm not trying to be pushy or boss you around just for the sake of it. I just want this to work for you. Go somewhere where you can close the door behind you and read this without being disturbed. It doesn't matter where. Your bedroom would do, or a toilet. Reading on the toilet? Anyway. Anywhere you can go without someone walking in on you. And like I said, close the door after you. Maybe some of you are reading this and haven't done as you've been instructed. Do you wish you'd played along? I guarantee you, it's better to be part of this than to simply eavesdrop on the magic. It mightn't be too late, though. I can't promise you anything, but if you go to a quiet place now and close the door, I'll see what I can do. So here we are, or rather, there you are. I really hope you're enjoying this so far. I know nothing has actually happened yet, but aren't you excited? Is your curiosity growing larger and larger? Enjoy this. This is the only time you can feel what you are feeling now. The wonder of what's going to happen, the half-formed conclusions some of you may already have made. All of this can only happen once, can only happen now, and can only happen for the first time. Some of the magic has begun already. You are alone in a room, true, but you are also unified with all the people who have ever done this before you, and all those who will do it after you. Can you feel each other? Perhaps you feel silly about this whole thing, or maybe you feel privileged. You are each part of an invisible crowd gathered together outside of time, reading the same words. Don't worry, that's not the punch of it, and this certainly isn't a joke. I'm not here to waste your time with talk of the metaphysical, and to prove it, we'll move on. I take it there's light in your chosen room, or you wouldn't be able to read this, right? Come on, you can answer me. I ask you a question. In fact, you have to answer me if you want this to work. I'll ask you again. Answer this time. Loud and clear. Don't be afraid. Just say right. Now, everybody, let's play along. All I want is one little spoken word in exchange for all the words I've given you so far. Remember, I'm doing this for you. This is the only chance you'll get, and I want it to work. Answer my question. Right. Well done. You might have felt silly saying it aloud, but there's nobody here to hear you, and what harm has been done? Now you can continue to enjoy this, knowing that you followed the instructions perfectly. And when you follow instructions perfectly, things tend to work. Do whatever it takes to get your room as dark as possible so that there's just enough light for you to still make out these words. Draw the curtains closed, turn off the main light, and put on a side light. Better still, light a candle or read from the flame of a cigarette lighter. Hate to keep reminding you, but it really will be worth it if you do as I say. It would be such a shame for you to miss out having already come as far as you have. I have a candle here. Okay. Allow me to describe your scene. That's kind of strange, isn't it? Shall we take a moment to consider that? Usually when you read something, the scene is described for you so that you can picture it in your mind. But here you are reading your very own scene, in which you are sat in a dark room all alone, reading from whatever you've chanced upon this magic. What mighty implications. When you were younger, did you ever pretend, to yourself that you are a character in a book or a film, and that millions of people read about you and watch what you did? Perhaps the pretense was real. Don't worry though, that's not the magic I spoke of earlier. Enjoy this moment. Here it comes. Here comes the magic. Very quickly, get up off your bed or chair or place against the wall. Get up and walk over to the door you closed behind you a few minutes ago. Put your ear against the door and listen. Hold your breath. I wonder if you can hear me. Okay. That was a little weird. Okay, where did I leave? Okay, here we are. Let me expand on the scene I described a moment ago. You remember, the one with you in the dark room reading? Yes, well, outside of that room, on the other side of that closed door, someone you can't see is standing. It's me. Okay, that's a little weird. I didn't really hear anything. I thought I heard maybe kind of a hum or something. But, okay, it's a little weird. I wonder if you can guess my name. The slightly autistic among you may have already registered the first letters of the last five paragraphs and what they spell. It's the closest I have to a name. D-E-V-I-L. No. No. Can you hear me breathe? No? Perhaps I'm holding my breath too, with an ear pressed against the door, trying to hear you. Or perhaps there's one last step, one last instruction you must follow in order to make this magic work. Invite me in. Come on, don't be bashful. You already spoke to me earlier when you answered my question about the light. All you have to do is ask me to come in. You see, I know you're alone in there, all by yourself in the dark, and I want to prove to you the magic works. Okay, that's just... Alright. Okay. We're going to sack up and we're going to do this. Alright. Grab the camera. See the door. Oops. I dropped it. Okay, this is freaky. This is freaky. If anything happens. Okay, there's the candle. Alright. Kind of a little nervous, a little freaky. Okay, alright. Okay. Come in. Nothing. I'm supposed to open the door, maybe? I don't know. We'll open the door and see what happens. Okay. Alright, well, I guess there's nothing.